Hello and welcome to the garage. I'm doing a different style of video just because I can. We're gonna do paranormal spooky story time because it's the month of October and come on. So I decided that the basement would be, oh Jesus Christ, this tripod. I decided to do paranormal stories in my garage. And so it's the month of October. I forgot there are so many flies in here. It's the month of October and it's spooky month, and I decided it would be fun. Hopefully nothing spooky happens while I'm down here. That's probably gonna be foreshadowing. Anyway, so this first story is actually it's recent, but I'm going to be changing my place of work as to avoid getting fired. Because the place I work at, it's notorious for being haunted. It's a theme park in my hometown, and I will not be saying where, but it's a theme park. And I do opening shifts for one of the buildings, and there is a roller coaster behind the building where there was a maintenance worker who was struck and killed by the cart while trying to switch tracks while doing maintenance on the.
What the hell?
Jesus Christ, while doing maintenance on the ride. And maintenance workers who work back there have reported seeing him. It's a well-known.
Oh my God!
It scared the shit out of me. I gotta go turn that back on. That was scary. Well, maintenance workers have reported seeing him, and it's a known thing. Like, you could, if you knew where I lived, you could probably look it up, but I will not be saying where I live just for privacy's sake and as to not get fired. Well, I was doing an opening shift and I had to run over to the building next door because the coffee machine in our building, like everything else in that building, that was an outside noise. Like everything else in that building is broken. So we can't make coffee in our building, so we have to go to the building that's literally across the street. So the thing about the doors is that if you use the key to open the door, it stays open unless you lock it with that key. But all the keys for the buildings are like a skeleton key, so you can open all the doors with one key. So I went to go bring the iced coffee, and I went back to the building, and I could not open the door. And I pulled on it, like the door's broken, and like everything else in that building. And if you pull on it hard enough, it opens. And I remember leaving it open, and it was closed, and it was locked. And all of my stuff, my phone, the keys for the building, my bag, all of it was locked inside. And I was locked outside of the building. So I had to walk all the way back to the other building to get the keys for that building to open the door. And I brought one of the management people from the other building to try and help me get the door open, and it wasn't opening. And So I took their key and I got the door unlocked, and I obviously got back in. But after that, I left the door wide open, put the stopper down, and took the key back, and then got the iced coffee, brought it back, and all that good stuff. But as I was setting up, continuing to set up after being locked out of the building, I was cleaning the espresso machine, and I was doing all this stuff with all that, and there are so many voices. This was a really dumb idea. And I was cleaning the machines and doing all that, and I was standing there and I heard a voice. It was the guy's voice saying hello, like saying hello over and over and over again. And I responded and checked the entire building because I knew I was there by myself, and there was no one there. It was spooky. That was one of the biggest things that's happened there. Like I've had tons of experiences in that building. That building freaks me out, and I don't like being there by myself. The next part of the story was actually a couple weeks later. I was doing a closing shift, and I was with another team member, and we were in the main. So picture it this way. I'm gonna stand up for this. There's a back room right here, and there's a door. And then right here would be the lobby with all the registers and the coffee machines and all that good stuff. So we were standing next to the registers where the cups are. Me and the guy were just talking, and we hear a crash, and it comes right in front of us. All of the really big, I'm trying to use words as to not get fired by my job. The really big cups fell forward and fell all over the floor. And we're both looking at each other, trying to figure out, well, maybe there were too many. There were only we put like half a stack on there. So there was no way there were too many. And we both saw it, and it was scary. I'm gonna be saying that a lot. It was scary. This video is already 7 minutes. And then one of the other experiences I've had is where I'm by myself and I'm making, we have iced tea, so I was making those. And I had my back turned, and I heard a rattle coming in front of me. It sounded like someone was trying to get into the building, so I went to look, no one there. So I thought maybe it's just the fans, because the fans are kind of dingy, and it looked like they were kind of gonna fall on top of me, which was also really scary. So I thought it was nothing, and continued, and I hear it again. So I look over, and there was a maintenance guy walking up, so I thought it was him. That light just flickered. So I thought it was him, so I was like, okay. Then the door, as I'm standing there to get the hot water, flies open. And I'm standing there in shock, and the maintenance guy comes in, and I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm in the building by myself, and the door just flew open. Spooky times indeed, and 9-minute video of spooky stories from my workplace. I'm Cody Candy. This is the end.